V4U Radio. Welcome back to the evening podcast here on V4U Radio. Again, this is the second podcast on promoting the Financial Literacy Week at NAIT, which is coming up on November 19th, 20th, 21st, hosted by the JR Shaw School of Business. I am so honored to have Dr. Thomas Verghese, the chair of finance at NAIT, along with some dynamic students from NAIT and Grand McEwen. We're going to talk about how financial literacy is important in Canada, especially among the youths, not just the youths, all generations can really benefit from it. And this is an online program which comes once a year, 19, 20, 21st. The biggest highlight is it's free of cost. And of course, the second one is that it really puts uh, everyone into the same kind of a capsule and teaches them some great things. So, welcome, folks, to this second episode of this online promotion on BV Radio.
Thank you.
Dr. Thomas, I will start with you before I just jump on to this. How important is this program to you?
This is for our program, the finance program at the JR School of Business. So we, as the chair of the finance program and the program as a whole, we strongly believe that we do have a responsibility to make sure that our students gain valuable insights to manage their finances and navigate their future careers. So we were just focusing on in our JR Shaw School students first, but now we know it is not just for our students, it is for the NAIT and for the larger community. So it is very important. And again, as a whole, Canadians, we are not good at managing money. That is why we do have November as a financial literacy month. As you know, since in 2012, the Parliament of Canada designated November as a financial literacy month. So since then, lots of programs all over Canada is being hosted, and we are so happy that JR Shaw School of Business, NAIT, is also part of that initiative.
Biggest happiness comes from the realization that I am in the same room as students who are almost half my age, or so just make me feel so younger once again, back to the school environment. So bringing you, Stefan, you're the president of the finance club at NAIT, and I know that this program is well rounded for not just the students, but so tell me something about your role and how excited are you about this program? What are you expecting out of this whole 3-day workshop?
So, kind of the background on me and kind of creating the finance club was to help all students, but mainly the first, second, and third year students to kind of get into the events and networking events that Thomas has been hosting. I noticed that there was like a lack of attention to it. So this is a huge event that's going to be helping students to kind of get a bunch of questions like answered from the field, from financial professionals that have been probably alumni from NAIT, and possibly like when it comes to certifications and whatnot, to kind of get them a well-rounded answer of where they're expected to go when they're graduating. So I think this is a very vital event for anyone who's even thinking about finance.
So I should have given the chance to ladies first kind of concept. My apologies, but coming to the ladies now, Gayatri, as a student, first year commerce student at Grand McEwen, right? That's what you're doing. Of course, finance seems to be at the core epicenter of your interest, passion. If you are attending this program, we are just pre-celebrating this. The celebrations have started at least online on this Financial Literacy Week. But if you had to ask a question as a student on financial literacy, anything that simmers in your mind which is more important to you personally?
Yeah, financial literacy is very important in everyone's life, no matter what age they are. But one question that I have is that many people don't really recognize or realize that they're not financially aware or informed. So I just want to ask, what implications does it have on their life, their savings, and their future?
So, Dr. Thomas, not that I want to put you start the conversation right now, but do you think this is one of the questions which would be covered in this three-day seminar, which Gayatri asked about the savings and all that. So would this be something which will be covered just to create that expectations?
Yes, we do have a variety of sessions, right? For example, finance 101 is one of our sessions that we host. It says do's and don'ts of borrowing money, leveraging credit, and repayment. Then there is money 101, how money works in building your financial roadmap. Make my money work, as a DIY or non-DIY investor. And there are a variety of sessions which will help you, Gayatri, answer your questions.
Okay.
So Daria, I come to you now. Of course, as a very young student and of course very active, what do you do now if any financial dilemma comes in, a question comes to your mind? An example is taking a student loan or how to use a credit card. Is a credit card a good thing? Debt is questions like that. What do you do right now? If where do you go to ask these questions right now?
I think I've been really blessed to have parents that are actually both in the financial industry. So, honestly, from a very young age, I learned how to save, what to do, and kind of how to manage my money. But I think the biggest reason that I wanted to join in the financial industry was because as students, those questions are always in our mind. We learn everything in school, but we don't learn how to manage our money. And I think that's one of the biggest things, right? Because we earn money, we have fun with it, but how do we make it really work for us? So I think right now, social media is a huge tool that we all have, but it's kind of hard to see what's right, what's wrong, which is why this event is such a huge importance on students to join and getting correct information from financial professionals and people who are really willing to come here and answer those questions for us.
So what I heard is, of course, you're blessed. Your parents come from that background, but not every student has that type of a asset at home. So what
Yeah.
I heard is, if you did not have your parents as the financial advisors or financial literate individuals, you would have gone to a person who's more financially more informed, right?
Yeah, correct. I
Okay.
think with social media, right, it's hard to know what's right and wrong. So going to that professional would kind of make me feel more secure on get the information that I'm getting.
And again, don't get me wrong here. And as I was reading through the the government of Canada also realized that how much it is deficient in the Canadians who do not know how to manage money. More than that, the unethical practices, which is kind of very prevalent. People do not know that. Uh, have you? I'm just throwing the questions to you kids here as students. Have you come across any kind of unethical practice in general at a very high level? Any scams which you are open to really give a one-liner that this is something which has troubled you, or you have tried to really know more about it? Anything?
I think the main one is to kind of watch out and where you're getting your information from. Like we have those financial mentors on Instagram and other social medias that are giving out like some crazy advice of dumping, let's say, all your savings into this one Bitcoin that they create or cryptocurrency that they created, and it goes nowhere, and all of a sudden you lost all your savings. There's a bunch of scams out there that are trying to benefit themselves and trying to get like young uh, people or kids into um, try to get rich quick, and that's, as we know, kind of impossible. So what that's the main thing is to watch out. As soon as you hear someone say "get rich quick," um, more than likely it's a scam.
I wish there was a shortcut to becoming rich, but let
Yeah,
it move on.
yeah,
You
we
know
would
what?
all be there.
When I was getting out of the house today, I also have blessed to have two very, very, very bright kids at home. One is in university and one is just passing out high school. And a question came out. My daughter earned her first paycheck yesterday, working at the Booster Juice, and she asked me, "Dad, how much money do I need to live on? Like, just I can live on my own." So I immediately thought of what a coincidence that I'm doing a financial literacy promotion this evening with Dr. Verghese, but immediately came to my planning and budgeting. Right, this is where the question was leaning. So, Dr. Verghese, is the 3-day workshop like talk about the planning and budgeting as well?
Yes, absolutely. We do have a session, bring balance to your budget. High inflation is driving up prices and budgets are stretched. A balanced budget will help you with long-term financial success. So we have an individual from Edward Jones doing that session. So we do have, you can think of any area, it is all there.
Oh, very
That
nice.
is how comprehensive the sessions are. We have tried to get industry experts from every possible area we can think of for this financial literacy week.
Gayatri, I'll throw you under the bus. And my apologies if you do not know the answer, or maybe let me try it out, okay? Have you heard about something called a good debt and a bad debt?
Um, no, I haven't. But I think something with a good depth is for like the development of one's individual, maybe like education, if I'm right. And a bad debt is something where we keep accumulating the expenses to such an extent that we are not able to pay it back, and it affects us
I,
negatively.
I couldn't have answered better than you. So wonderfully answered, because this is how I learned it very, very late. But again, Dr. Varghese, again, is this something which is going to be covered, a good debt versus a bad debt?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything specific to that title. Before, when you asked about budget, I had something specific relating to budget. When you asked about uh, do's and don'ts of financing, we do have a session on that. We don't have anything specific which addresses good debt and bad debt, but there are several sessions that will address that question. So yes, it will also be covered.
Um, Questions again, because I think the best way to really engage is ask a question and then see how would the session be covering that. So there I am coming to you now. How about that? Is that okay?
Sure.
So, like a good debt and a bad debt, do you think there is a good saving and a bad saving?
That's a good question. I feel like maybe I want to say, but I think all savings are really good savings. It has to go back on your purpose. From when I first started saving, I think I was at the age of 16. Everyone has like these elaborate ideas, like I'm gonna save for a car or save for a house. But I was told from a very young age that you want to put some money aside every month and pretend like it doesn't even exist. Because once you start saving from an early age, it's going to help you on in the future with like accumulating the returns and just like doing well with the investment market. So I think there is good savings, but I'm not too sure about bad savings.
Dr. Varghese, coming back to you now again. Where I was trying to lean is because we've got so many vehicles to save: TFSAs, RRSPs, RESPs. So, would this session be covering anything about different types of savings options Canadian banking structure is offering?
Yes, we do. Absolutely, yes, we do have that. Two sessions, in fact, saving and investing. Learn the importance of building savings and the five principles of investing. That is one session, and the other session is investing wisely. What does this mean for you? And there is also another one, which how to outperform the stock market using life insurance.
Oh, wow.
Again, this is another session, and that I really love the title of this session. How to outperform the stock market using life insurance, and nobody has to die. This is one of our former instructors, Ted Notes. Um, he is with the SIP Financial from Vancouver. So he will be facilitating that session.
Wow. Looks like it's a well-rounded session, Stefan. Coming to you now. I don't know if you find me asking too many questions, but see, um, there is again a good saving, bad saving kind of thing, as I said. But there are so many vehicles you can invest in. Must have heard about, of course, a little bit about stocks, mutual funds, RS, the GICs, and all that. As a student, do you know the difference between all the vehicles?
Yes, yes. In my second year after I took the investments class, it definitely helped me out. But I think where I learned the most was actually kind of practicing myself. And obviously, with anything, with your interest, you want to do your own research and kind of try it out yourself. So from NAIT and the courses that were provided, it kind of helped me go into a deep dive of the different investments that you can get into.
Perfect. But do you see that over the last couple of years, the influx of newcomer students has been absolutely like there are so many news. Do you
for sure.
find that the difference in knowledge is higher, lower, same? Any comments? Have you noticed anything? And who's in more need of such programs like the uh, financial literacy programs?
So with the big influx of international students, it's actually kind of nice because you're getting an outside opinion of the same topics that were kind of given. Let's say if you were the different types of savings, for example, or the different type of investments that are provided. There's a different opinion on how you should do it, which I always have an open mind when it comes to anything. There's no really right answer when it comes to finance. Kind of how are you going to develop your plan and to make it customized to yourself, right? So, is there one person that's better than the other, or one group better than the other? I don't think so. I think as a group, I think in all schools, I think I could also vouch for McEwen. Um, when it comes to finance itself, as students, we kind of grow together, which is nice, which you can see with Thomas's event that's coming in. And then also with the finance club, we kind of put our opinions and our knowledge together and it grows.
So coming back to you, Dr. Burgess, and again, I think thank you so much to all my panelists today for helping me run this promotion. I never just wanted to just run it. I wanted to make it thoughtful. But Dr. Burgess, you heard the whole kind of sentiment. I think you would be expecting similar questions during this. Uh, do you want to maybe just take a few minutes just telling up my viewers, audience, a little bit about the 3 days, how it's divided up into different programs? I know you touched a little bit, but maybe just give us a little bit of well-rounded uh, how the whole 3 days are allocated, kind of thing, and then just that's how we'll end the show today.
Absolutely. Thank you. So this is a 3-day event on the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. It's a free online event. There is a link. So we will post that link. So all you have to do is just register using that link. You will get um, you will get the link to attend the session. It is from 4 to 6. Every day we start with the keynote speech. On the first day, we have our Vice President Academic, Peter Leclerc. He is going to give us a 15-minute keynote speech. On the second day, we have Shannon Phillips, a professor from the University of Lethbridge, and Sean will be our keynote speaker on the third day. He's from McNally High School. And then after that 15 minutes keynote speech, then we do have concurrent sessions run. So 4:15 to 5 is once there will be two sessions at that time. Then 5 to 5:45 there will be another session happening. So altogether there are 14 sessions that will happen. All of these sessions are recorded. So once you register, you are in the program. You will get the link for all these sessions. And later on, when you have time, you can watch. Even if you miss one session, don't worry. You will have the opportunity to watch these sessions. This is a fantastic program. This is completely free, and we are catering it to everyone. It's not just for our students, it is just for everyone because the ability to make informed financial decision is essential for a well-functioning society. Each day, our financial choices, the choices that we make, influence our personal security. It influence our well-being. It will influence our long-term prosperity. So having that financial knowledge is so important as daily living. Similar, exactly the same importance that we pay to our health consciousness, it is important to pay the same relevance for our financial health as well. So I strongly encourage everyone to register, attend this free online session, and support the federal government initiative. Once you are part of this, you are in fact supporting the federal government initiative. And since 2012, the Parliament of Canada designated November as Financial Literacy Month. And since then, there are sessions happening all over Canada in the month of November. So NAIT is so proud to be part of it. And I am so thankful that you are all supporting us. And thank you, V4U Radio and Anupam Srivastav for supporting us. And thank you, my Stefan and Dairya for joining us. And thank you, Gayatri, also for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Verghese. I could have summed it so well as you have. And so, again, to all my viewers who are watching or who will be watching the stream, get ready, take your papers and pen out, write some questions down if you want to just attend one, two, or all the sessions. Great initiative by JR Shaw School of Business and NAIT coming together again. Such programs are very important, as Stefan said, that it's very, very important that we all participate. It's one of the key things here. But I thank you all. I thank you all for joining. Thank you all for actively participating. And I'll see you all on the 19, 20, 21st. Stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.